Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Songs of Six. Today, I think we're going to be doing some reaping of our sowing. We have laid down the groundwork for some additional army districts, right, to increase the amount of soldiers we have. And I think we're going to want to just follow up on that. I think it would also be nice. I'm kind of mildly reconsidering having this area down here be like another training hall. I think maybe this like quarter down here under the mountain could be the Dwarven training halls. And then that way we can have all this like training stuff in one place. And I think that would be cool. We can't really build any of the human training stuff right now. We are running like a super duper cutstone deficit. In fact, I think I want to invest even more science points in getting the masonry up to snuff just for now. I know it's extremely expensive, but that will help satisfy the problem. Why do I have a starving subject? Oh, it's just another just another child. Man, these fucking Crotonian childs are so hungry. I don't understand why these people are struggling so much to feed them. Oh, there's this extra warehouse here. I guess I'll have 3 employees, and this will just be vegetable crates. That will maybe help solve that issue. I guess all there is to do is to let time advance for the time being. Maybe I can look at this masonry and see if there's any, like, fuck-ups. It's got a low workload. I don't know how we can really fix that other than by lowering the worker count. It definitely has something to do with the warehouse's like lack of stone. This masonry is probably suffering the same thing. Don't know how we can help with that. We could maybe set up another transport. Maybe the sort of block around this warehouse yard could be like consolidated and changed, and I could have like a bunch of transports just slurping stuff from this like central gathering post to the other zones. Could be. I think for the time being, I'm just gonna increase my stone imports. So I think that would be nice, and I'll add more space as well. So more of it can be stored up here, because it looks like we're sort of hitting issues in the supply chain here too. To the point where I'm gonna bump this up to 20. I don't think we have any like good renewable sources of stone in our area, because it's like basically how stone works. It's like a mineral that you can mine. Like, at best, we've got like 65% efficiency. It'll probably be about like 50% efficiency in terms of like miner output. It wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing in the world. I think it would make more sense just to, utilize some administration points to import some stone. We have a pretty good, Pike's Forest. I guess I'll increase the taxation of stone from this place as well. Yep, we still have over 100% loyalty. So doubling that will be pretty okay. God, these people are really wood lacking. Guess I'm gonna continue the trend of felling a bunch of trees as well. Just to keep that milling through. I think we're gonna want to shoot for like 300 archers or something in our army. In the sort of short-ish, medium-ish turn. So I think it would make sense to add in even more Talapis. We could maybe do another woodcutter as well. It doesn't have to be like a permanent thing. It would help with our like workflow problems. I mean, I think we're hitting like all sorts of problems, to be honest. Sort of workflow wise. Looks like the delivery men here are at least getting the cotton at a decent pace. You know what? I should dig in a mountain over here, right? I don't really like having too many entrances into like a grand road, but I don't think I really followed that trend for this zone, so there's no reason I can't give the cotton workers like a little bit of an easier time. Okay, we're building a mild surplus of cutstone. I think all our cutstone problems just started just due to the fact that I started handing out the stone to the dwarves. Big mistake. They are super greedy for the stone. It's not surprising, but it's still disappointing. I'm gonna remove some more of this river, just so I can get this metal smelter on the way. I think I might bite the bullet, actually go through with having more of a building sector here. I mean, the only alternative I could think of is like building out of the mountain, right? Like utilizing this river space for another zone. It would use up a lot of cutstone, but it would be, well, it would be pretty close actually. Then I guess we could have like a warehouse somewhere nearby as well. I think it might be worth just getting started on that project. Have like this building that's just like completely adjacent to the other building. Or other buildings, plural, I should say. It's gonna be a little bit of a wacky shape, but it will be something we can do to reclaim some of this territory. There's been another training yard accident. This training hall is so big that the accident's actually localized to just the corner. I guess that means like whenever an accident happens, it just like picks a point on the map, probably where like someone is. It wouldn't surprise me if like there's like a person in the epicenter of each one. Maybe they're like the causers. Who knows, right? God, it seems like such a shitty zone to have being an industrial sector. Fuck me, dude. I think I'm gonna dig in a mountain over here too. It's gonna be a humongous waste of cutstone, but it will be another space that we could use for another grand industry. And just remove all this water in this zone as well. I want to leave like some of this river intact so that we can have like some sort of representation of where the river was. You know, some sort of like connection to nature. Why is this place unreachable? Oh my god, these little bits of water are just blocking off everyone. That's hilarious. There we go. Balance has been restored to the forest there. This will give us a mild surplus of stone too, just digging in the mountain. Okay, how big are these big square buildings? So they're 23 by 24. So I guess, let's say we wanted some of these. And I don't care if it butts out of the place a little bit. Okay, we could do a 24 by 24. Then we do another 24 by 24. Do I want like a services block? I mean, there's a services block up here, so it only makes sense to have one below here, rather than, you know. I think we could have like a grand warehouse over here to sort of supply these two buildings. I'm just gonna carve out like a little extra building space over here. Then this could connect to the services block, and the services block could also work for this village, I guess. Then, I'm assuming this is the bottom of the Garthemi quarter, so we could have just more of the Dwarven quarter out here. So we could place another 24 by 24. And another 24 by 24. And another 24 by 24. And another 24 by 24. Then we're gonna need just so much housing. My housing blocks are 9 by 27. So we can actually squeak a sneaky one right here. That will be awesome. Then, how are we going to make use of this space? I mean, like, let's assume that there's, like, services and, I don't know, I think, like, warehouses could actually go in this little zone down here. So I think that will be fine. I'll just keep this amount of space cooking. So let's say there's warehouses on the bottom here. We could have some services in this little nook as well. Just to keep the dwarves serviced, and then just have another 9 by 27 over here. Just have blocks of housing, just like directly next door to the workplaces. That way they don't really have to go far. You know, it's small communes. I guess that would work. There's not really enough housing here. We definitely need to use these places. We could maybe, we could have like a 9 by 27 here, I guess. And then have the same thing on the opposite side. And that'd be like some housing, and then I guess we just have like some sort of services here and here. Could be like a bathroom, maybe like a warehouse for like housing materials and stuff. It's kind of sketch. Kind of feels like there's not enough housing space. Maybe we could remove this working block over here and just have this be houses too. Good work. Good work. Though this isn't long enough, right? This is 24 and it's 9 by 27. Well, how many people could be here? So each of these is 36, right? So 36, 72, plus 72 is 144, plus another 72. It's like room for like 250-ish some odd people. No, it's not completely untenable. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's excess homes up here that we can make use of. Maybe we can just have like some shitty dwarven housing somewhere nearby. Maybe actually the services could be outside of the mountain and then there could be some homes in here. Is this 27 blocks long? It's not even close. But we could have the little like sideways homes, I guess. Guess that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we have a bar of services here, which would service both like the greater, like there's gonna be some more army depots here, right? So it'll service those people and also the future dwarven residents. I think that would be cool. Okay, let's say we've got a 9 by 27 over here. Or let's start on the opposite side, actually. So that's 2 sets of homes. Then I guess we just want like another, I guess 9 by 18 and 9 by 21. Just sort of get like cramped homes here. It is going to like block off some of the entrances to this warehouse, but that is, you know, perfectly fine. I'm just going to add in some entrances now. Probably should have time flowing instead of just keeping it paused, because we're going to be needing all the time we can get just to deal with the just sheer magnitude of blocks that are going to need to be mined. Alright, there we go. Now these are all accessible. Oh, what were we going to do back here? Was this going to be a plaza? Or was this going to be a bathroom? To be honest, I have no recollection. Probably should have built it sooner rather than later. I mean, if it was like a speaker stand plaza, that would make sense. You don't really have that many bathrooms nearby though, so it could really go either way. Maybe we dig in a mountain here and we say that this is the bathroom. This would be enough space for a bathroom. I mean, I'm not going to want to be building a plaza right this moment anyways. Oh, I remember this one. This was going to be a hearth. Right. Which I guess we'll just go sort of nearish the center. Unfortunately, it's uncenterable. It looks like there needs to be more housing in this, like, place too. So I guess I'll just put a house cluster next to the warehouse. Like zone. Yeah, just recruits for the zone here. I might just need to, like, block these guys off. Just have it be all Dwarven housing. So I want Dwarven conscripts to be in the Dwarven zone, right? It just makes sense. They would be happier. Guess I'll bite the bullet on that. Assign citizen dwarf. Just boom. Let's get that cooking. Hopefully Dwarven conscripts start like moving in. Yep, I see Dwarven recruits. Okay, the conscripts are slowly starting to change up. This guy's hanging out with Fred. That's a little bit sad. He's gonna be forced out of the Dwarven quarter. I think I should probably... I need to like temporarily turn off this place so I can unhire these people. Give it like 30 seconds. Once employment hits 0, then we can. Yeah, slurp this guy up. Dude, can these people fucking pack their bags already? There we go. Boom. Alright, please tell me it's fucking dwarves who are gonna be working here. Alright, Dondorian recruits. There's a Talapi. Motherfucker. Well, whatever. I don't want to fuck with it. I assume it'll fix itself eventually. Maybe. Might just be being willfully ignorant. Is the Talapi quarter done? Okay, these are done. Or well, they're well on their way to being done. I kind of don't want to recruit the Talapis yet, because it is going to mean that there's going to be a deficit in odd jobbers. I guess I could just hire some more, or let some more Talapis immigrate. Oh man, and a lot of these houses are full, and it's not even like go time yet. I guess I'll just build, I don't know, I'll build some houses, I guess. I'm trying to see if there's one that like gels with this amount of distance. I mean, houses have like most of the privacy of an apartment. So I guess I'll build some of these guys. Why not? This will give, how much is this? 20 more residents pop. I'll put one over here as well. Now I can start actually increasing the bow divisions. So you, sir. I don't see why we could... Well... I'm not sure if we should have these guys fully melee training. I know they're going to want... I'm going to say 6 armor, I guess. They're going to be maxed out bow training. In fact, I'm gonna lower the melee training. If these guys get melee trained, they're just gonna get fucked. It just is what it is. Alright, these guys are the same. I want them to be maxed out on bows. And, pretty much... no, they do not need weapons. In fact, they could probably... I'll let them have 1 weapon. I'm just gonna say 6 armor for each of these guys. Maybe I'll reduce it to 5. And then I can just continue adding in Talapis. I think I'm just gonna have to let more immigrate. I don't know if... I do think we're kind of hitting the maximum capacity of our archery ranges too. Don't know if there's much we can do to help that. Oh, this bathroom is not upgraded. There we go. I had not filled out this warehouse. I guess I'm just gonna... What are the Tilappies like eating? I can just check that right now. Might as well have the eatery like perfectly cater to them. They like eggs, fruit, and meat. Okay, then this place is gonna be eggs, fruit, and meat, and I guess I'll have vegetables as well. And bread, just because bread production is pretty nearby. I'll say bread, meat, eggy legs, and fruit. I have 4 crates for fruit. We're gonna want clothing, couple, and I guess like armor and bows we can just bring over here as well. As well as, let's see, what do Tilappies want? Wood, leather, furniture, and that's the warehouse maxed out. May or may not need to build another warehouse. This grain shit is really cramping my style as well. What's the fertility on this? 90%? That's so good. Fuck. Okay, hold up. So this is a 9-piecer. And there's 10, oh, there's only 10 squares. I don't think there's room even if I reduce the building nipple size to fuck with that. Everything is so cramped here. You know what? We could probably have another archery range down here, actually. Come to think of it. Let's see. We're gonna want this guy to be pushed against this wall, which means we're probably gonna have some other like tiny building sort of fill the gap. Because obviously, I'm not gonna have this be all the way here. I'll just do the classic gear-shaped thing to make the building turbo-organic. Which is ironic, given that gear's mechanical nature. But, boom. It's enough room for a bunch more Tilappies. Be archery ranging it up. Unfortunately, I don't think there's enough space over here for an archery range, but we could probably just put a service there. It might just mean that there's not going to be enough space for Tilappies to train until we start sending Tilappies out. Because once they've trained up to max and they're on the world map, it doesn't really matter as much. They kind of like no longer need to train, or I guess like satisfy that need out there. Out in the wild. It's like a situation like the samurai where they test the sharpness of their blade on just like passerbys. Something like that. I wouldn't put it past the Tilappies. Those dudes are like fucking into cannibalism and shit. It's really wild. Looks like we got the space for the Garthemi training hall. Might as well get that. Cooking as well. Just put this puppy over here. Then, if I remember correctly, I can just look, right? Looks like the Dondorian training hall just had the pillars in between these things. I think that's probably the most efficient layout we could possibly do. So that is what I will go for. Is that the most efficient? I mean, it looks like it's getting rid of all the yellow blocks. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, we even have space for the tiny squat ones. That is actually friggin' super fantastic. Okay. Be the Garthemi training hall. We can just have a bunch of housing over here. All the rest of the stuff hasn't been like filled out yet. Gonna need to assign these places only Garthemi before the dudes move in. Wait, aren't you also? Yeah, this is also housing. Just get that cooking as well. Might as well also start satisfying the Garthemi needs. There's gonna be a cookhouse in one of these places, right? I see no reason why we couldn't just have the eatery be right here. It's a little bit annoying that there's some yellow blocks here. We'll just have to solve that with pillars in all the right places. Which I guess will be right here. Then the storage here, and then another pillar here. There we go. Maybe there's a more efficient way to do it, but it be what it be. I could probably, yeah, just have this be like an open pillar as well. That, it won't look the prettiest, but it will allow some easy access. Yeah, there we go. Then we're gonna want a warehouse to be in one of these things, just to store all the shit for all the things, because there's a lot of buildings here. I think this is a perfectly fine place for a warehouse. It's not the prettiest, but it will have to do. Put a door on each of these sides as well. No reason not to go crazy with it. I guess the room up here could be another lavatory. I usually like to do like a long, skinny format with the lavatories, but like, come on, you know? It's only so much space in the mound. Can I can probably, if I make it 2 tiny ones, yeah. Just gonna put a big old pillar in the center. Then we're probably gonna want basins for the rest of the space. Yep, there we go. Maybe we could have eked out like another latrine or two, but I think we're sort of hitting like a tight amount of space. Alright, how's the training situation? Are we like over max on our archers still? Absolutely, we are. Well, that is fine. Don't think there's any other like archery stations that we can really squeak in, so just is what it is. We were gonna do actually an archery range in the castle courtyard over here, right? Like 99% sure of it, so I guess I'll scooch one of these in here as well. It's not gonna be like a humongous one, right? But still. Will be cool. Be enough room for 10 more archers. Hopefully a stray arrow doesn't like fucking nail a cook who's coming in through there. God, there's no services in this eatery. I feel like it all boils down to this warehouse not being big enough. I guess I could do another warehouse over here. Make it like a rounded little nuggy shape. Just put the sucker like this, I guess. Or we can't really use the space over here. We could maybe do a 2-piecer in the center and then another 1-piecer on the edge, actually. I think that would be more efficient space-wise. Yeah, look at that. That's golden. And then we could have a secondary eatery over here as well. There'll be a service filled in. Hopefully we actually have 0 homeless. Don't know how that problem fixed itself, but I definitely approve. There we go. The 1x2x1 design. Makes sense that would work since these buildings are like the same height. So that'll solve that food problem. I mean, there's a lot of soldiers. It makes sense that they wouldn't be content with a single tiny eatery. How's the lavatory? Looks like the lavatory is just barely holding out. I was gonna make a joke, like it's probably because the like tilappies don't shit as much, but I think unironically they actually have that property. Yeah, they need food less. Defecation 0.25, whereas humans are... No, actually they're the same rate as humans. They just eat a little bit less. They're a little bit cleaner, I guess. Unless a lower value is bad, because it is red. little bit wacky zany. Well, whatever. It'd be nice to have another bakery too, come to think of it. So we have so much grain, but we have very little bread. Maybe that could be like this long, skinny building. Guess I'll plop one of these guys down. I can't put an oven over here, so I guess it's gonna be like, I don't know, an oven. Then maybe a couple ovens like this. I will go to the hospital site in a sec. And the auxiliaries can just be... Oh no. Okay, there's gotta be a better way. Surely copium. I guess I could just eat into the road a little bit. Just put another oven here. There we go. Now we just barely don't have enough auxiliaries, so I can just plop one there. We do have enough, and then a storage. And just have a door here and door here. It's definitely a square-shaped building, but that's fine. It's probably fucking Dondorians working. Yeah. Don't know why they're taking up the mantle. Are they even good at baking? I mean, they do like bread. Let's see. They don't like farming, obviously. Oh no, they're pretty decent at it, actually. Not as decent as, like, when they're ration making. They're not big fans of it, though. Fuck, 3 people died. Where was the accident? Let's see. Oh, it was another training yard accident. Oh, of course. There's just so many of the things. Oh. We've got some people training here. Once again, the wrong people have moved in. We literally just want Garthemes for this. So, sorry, sucks to suck. I will unironically just, like, disable this building for a while. Have these guys move out. While that's going on, I can just build a... Oh no, I built this thing too long. Actually, can I even squeeze? No, I cannot. This could just be like a warehouse too. I guess. There needs to be tons of warehouses, so... One being down here should be fine. See, there we go. A perfectly acceptable warehouse. Alright, 0 conscripts. I've now turned it on again. We want, before we even do that, we're gonna want, like, even more Garthemes training up. Do we have just the 1 Garthemi division? No, we have 2. Okay. Just gonna let that cook simmer for a little bit. I'm gonna add in 65 Garthemes. I'm gonna turn this place back on. There we go. Is not Garthemes working here? Fuck me, dude. I mean, as long as it's mostly Garthemes, it'll be fine. I see 1 Garthemi. I see another one. Okay. Okay, hold on. Does seem to me that, like, a decent percentage is Garthemi. So I'll add in even more Garthemes. Fuck, while we're doing this, we probably should... Army 1. I think we need to recruit another army. It's gonna be humans, because they're just so absolutely amazing at this. It's gonna be another 120 Marty. I'll go for the full 150. Oh, wait a second. They only get maximum 33% training. Well, whatever. It's gonna take 36 days, but I think having another group of humans like this will boost my Army 2's capacity without like slurping up all my dudes away. We're really low on vegetables. Let's see, we have 472 points to work with. We could maybe tax some veggies from a neighboring like zone. I know Astaire has fruits and veggies that are pretty good. Yeah, you know what? You're not paying taxes, so you will get slightly more entertainment, and in exchange, you're gonna get me some veggies. 64 veggies per day will help prevent the Chthonian children from starving. And you know, I beat them, so by right of conquest, I get veggies. It's just a dog-eat-dog world. Except the dogs in this case are vegetables. Alright, I think we can now add in that little zone. You know, the zone, the plaza. Gonna want construct roads plaza. Just plop this sucker over here. And then inside this place there will be civics, entertainment. Can we fit a stage? We cannot fit a stage. We could fit like a shitty stage, but I prefer to have the quality be 100. So I'll instead just have speakers. It's just gonna be like a speaker here. Oh wow, there isn't really much space. Hold up. Guess I'll put a speaker here. Delete this job. Civics, entertainment, speaker. I'm gonna like have a 4-block or a 2-3-piecer gap. I don't want the plaza to extend all the way to the outside, so it's just gonna be the 3 speaker stands. I think. So that'll give plenty of room for people to actually listen to it. Then construct decorations. It's gonna be mostly Dwarfanoids who are gonna be in here, so it's just gonna basically be statues, probably of dwarves. Guess I could have a torch over here, why not? I probably don't want the statue in front of the torch as well, because there's like some degree of light blockage that can exist. You know what, actually? Here's what I'll do. I'll build this statue here, then I can build like a torch over here to supplement the torches over here. I think that would be cool. I could maybe even have like 2 statues here and just have like tiny torches all the way. So it should light up the place. Now I think since this area is not very spacious, that does actually make sense. So boom and boom, and then boom and boom. I'll leave the little corner torch. Just think that'll be fine. There we go. That's a pretty good plaza. Oh, you know what? I could put benches in between these places too. It does reduce the space, but it would make people bide time more there. And I think the awe from these statues will be cool. Yeah, that's badass. Then I was going to have a lavatory be over here. Which will just be a little bit smaller. It's going to be made out of wood, where it is not in the mountain. Just have... It's going to have to be like a skinnier building, unfortunately. Which means there's probably going to be too many bases. Wait, hold on. I could do the same technique I did last time, where I have like these sideways ones. I think that will be badass. Then I just have the basinage over here. We can maybe squeeze in more lavatories, but again, I think mostly fine is good enough. Okay. Oh, hold up, it did actually fix itself over time. I probably want to continue the assigning process just to keep this area mostly Garthemes. It's for their own good. This warehouse is going to store important things, right? We wanted I'm fine with having this be like a super food place because it's so big. I think we're going to want like 5 of each food type. Just always being pulled here. Because I think that leaves plenty of crates. Might as well have 5 booze as well. Then that leaves stuff for the Garthemis. They love stone and clay. We already have the booze. This is all going to be fetched, by the way. Probably just going to say like 3 crates of coal, a couple crates of clothing, a crate for weapons and armor, just in case like warriors need to grab the shit. And that should be good enough. I'm loving the Garthemi housing. Obviously, we're going to want to auto-employ so that people actually work here. What other services could the Garthemis need? They're running a little bit low on news spots and taverns. The taverns thing, I think, is pretty high priority. I'll just have a Garthemi tavern right here. No reason we can't have time advancing while I do this. It's not quite enough room. 2 tables that way. There is, however, enough room for horizontal tables this way. Then I guess we'll just have to have a tinier table down here on both sides. I have an inkling that there's going to be just enough pillars, maybe. No, it's kind of looking like there's nowhere near enough pillars. That's kind of frustrating. Fuck, man, are you serious? That's so not good. I'm just double checking. Yeah. It's not quite enough. Okay, what if I just had this sort of layout? It still leaves something to be desired. Okay, we could have... Okay, we could be a little bit freaky with it and have like a internal room layout. I think that would be... It wouldn't be really fine. It's wasting a fuck ton of space, but... Desperate times call for desperate measures. Now I just need to add in some carpets. Which, are we good on fabric bundles? Yeah, we are building a surplus of them now, once more. So I guess balance was restored to the force after all, with the weavers. Gonna want doors. I'll just plop a sneaky door over here. There we go. Tavern complete. That will serve the Garthemis in the region. Could maybe have a bathhouse in this one. Would require coal, but I could probably just increase coal imports. Just gonna have like 12 Garthemis manning this warehouse as well, because it's probably highly important that we just get stuff shipping in, you know. Always nice to just have like a constant input-output. Oh, we have a... Oh, we have a lot of Cantors wanting to move in. So I'll just let them all flood in right now. I see not a single Cantor is training in this region. Kind of rude. Once we hit 30 Cantors, we'll be able to have a 30 Cantor division. Seems pretty amazing. Oh, we actually do have excess archer range stuff. I think we need another bow production place too. I feel like it should be in its own zone because there's no space here. Where would I put it? I guess near the Dwarven Quarter. Again, this like spot over here makes sense. I'll build the place first. The Boyer. And then I'll just build enough Talapi housing to correspond with it. It's of course going to be a rounded building. It's going to be absolutely fucking huge. About as huge as it can get. Yeah, it's rounded enough. I think we're going to want to employ similar technology to the Dwarven Quarter and just have like a 2 space gap between these two things. Oh, that's spicy. Alright, there we go. A ginormous boyer. Has enough for 68 tilapia workers, so I guess I'm just gonna need basically like 2 rows of long apartments. And that should be good enough. It is gonna be like, hold up. Probably move these guys back a little bit. Create like a sound barrier so they can chill, I guess. Just have this guy be right here. There we go. Maybe could treat it as like part of this building, I guess. May or may not need to be services to help with that. I'm also going to want an export depot. That will just be for the extra bows. And also we're going to need a storage building, which can go, I don't know, like right here, I guess. There we go. And I think on that note, we can end the episode here. We have bolstered our ranks, finishing out the Garthemi Quarter. And by the Garthemi Quarter, I mean the Tilapia Quarter. Finishing out the Tilapia Quarter to allow for many, many, many archers to train. We added in a Garthemi training hall, which actually is mostly manned by Garthemis. And we've gotten work on expanding the Dwarven Quarter, and just generally speaking, bolstering our numbers, our soldier count. I think things are looking bright. I think we're gonna rise to the occasion the next time a group of bandits attacks us. That'll have to be a tale for another time. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope to see you next time for more Songs of Six. Goodbye!